Hi everyone, I'm Jackie and this is Jason.
Or Rex Ryan's wife, depending on how you look at it.
Okay, sounds good. And today we have a Christmas themed 5 questions. And I made a present for Jason, which he's going to open for all of you.
Are they socks?
They are not socks. He's
You
really
you know the story, right? This isn't. You get the joke here.
Yeah, I get the joke.
Is that bothering you? Is that gonna
I'm
be an
just
issue?
more focused on my present.
I am
that
now
gave
too.
you.
You made this?
I made this. I handmade it last night.
You handmade it last night.
Last night.
You made a hat for me?
I made a hat.
Wow.
And I made it green because he likes the Oregon Ducks and for the Packers.
Wow, that's really nice.
You're welcome.
That's very sweet of you.
Yes, I handmade it. Well, it didn't take long either. I'm a pro.
Yeah, really? So you have a little needle and thread thing?
Yeah, I did. I thought about
Latch
making
hooking?
one for Maddie, but I ran out of time. That would be really cute, especially if I learn how to make socks. I could make her some socks.
That was good. That was good.
Or booties.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
I'm going to put my shoes back on because I'm not Rex Ryan's wife. I'm not into this.
Good,
That
good.
didn't do anything for you, did it?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Sorry. I don't like feet.
Good to know. I think people are
Good
going
to
to be
know.
disappointed when it's my feet, not yours in the video, though. All right, let's go.
Put my feet
What do you
up.
got? 5 questions.
Yes.
Is this the last one? Are you coming
We have
next
next
week?
week.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
of course I'll be
Well,
here.
I know Greg's not here, so, I want to make sure you
I'll
were
be
going
here.
to be.
No worries.
All right, let's go.
So,
Should I keep my hat on?
yeah, you can keep it on. Looks nice.
Thanks. I think so, too.
All right, we've seen Mike McCarthy defer the coin toss and being told to move in. Okay,
That's
we've
what happens
seen.
when you have Andy behind the
I know,
camera.
it's
He
good.
actually cares
It's
about
not
it.
off center like last week.
That was a little off-center last week.
Just a tad. All right.
All right, question
We've seen
1.
Mike McCarthy defer the coin toss before. What made him decide to handle the one against the Patriots a little differently?
Well, I think their hope was to steal a possession, and it worked brilliantly. I said after it happened that it was a great call, even if it hadn't worked, because it showed that they were being aggressive, showed that they had the attitude of we've got nothing to lose here, and I thought it worked for them. And it only led to a field goal, and as it turned out, they actually gave the points back when they had the ball first in the second half on the interception that was returned for a touchdown. But I like the message it sent, and he has deferred in the past, sending the message that we believe in our defense. This time it was obviously a different message.
Some may say Sean Slocum is already on the hot seat. Do you think the seat gets any hotter with Dan Connolly's 71-yard kick return?
Well, anytime an embarrassing play happens, it doesn't help. John Bonamigo, the special teams coordinator in Miami earlier this season, was fired after they had a really bad game on national television. And he's someone I know very well. And there are those games that happen, and it happens that way. I'm not one of those people. We talked about it on Green and Gold today. In fact, this morning, I'm not a big fan of this guy's got to get fired and this guy's got to be cut and that sort of thing. And I think that a lot of other people do have that mentality. So I'm not going to start warming up the seat for Sean Slocum any more than it already is. That's ultimately Mike McCarthy's decision, but I would be surprised if he ended up getting fired.
Some have compared Matt Flynn to people like Matt Hasselbeck. They showed, potential. They got traded. Do you think Matt Flynn is more valuable here as a backup or more valuable to the team being traded?
Well, I think it depends on what his value turns out to be in terms of the trade market. I would say this. I think having the luxury of a reliable backup that if something happens to Aaron Rodgers, there's a huge value in that. I mean, you can save your season. Think back to the Patriots in 2008. I know they didn't make the playoffs, but when they lost Tom Brady in the first game, Matt Castle emerged and led them to an 11-5 record, which would have made the playoffs in basically any other year. So I think it is terrific insurance. I think Packers fans are probably spoiled by the fact that Brett Favre won 253 straight games without missing one, and then Aaron Rodgers won 45 more regular season games without missing one. I would rather have Matt Flynn here if I'm the Packers. I would rather have that security blanket.
Today, Aaron Rodgers said he's not too worried about, future concussions. It's not something he thinks about.
He should wear one of these hats underneath his
He
helmet.
should. He likes hats. He would totally
He does
wear
like
one.
hats.
He would totally wear it. Anyways, do you think maybe players who get multiple concussions in a single season, those other concussions should be looked at a little stricter. Like Austin Collie, for example, he's had multiple this year, and his season could be over.
His season is over. They put him on injured reserve today. I think that it's still a case-by-case basis. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on 5 questions with Intern Jacki. I think it makes sense that you have to be extra cautious because it's multiple concussions. As we learned, Rodgers has changed helmets in an effort to protect him a little bit more in that way. But I don't think you can make a blanket statement of, okay, if you have this number of concussions, your season should be over, or you should sit out this number of games.
And what do you think about the matchup Sunday with the Giants?
I think it's going to be a great game. I think both teams, as you kind of look at it, they're playing in the playoffs now. The playoffs, Mike McCarthy used the quote today where he said that the playoffs basically started when we got on the plane back from New England, and that's the case. They've got to win out. They've got Brett Favre cheering against them in the season finale, but they've got to beat the Giants first, and the Giants won't have Brett Favre to throw the interception for them either. But this is a colossal game. I'm anxious to see how the Packers play with Rodgers back at quarterback. I'm also anxious to see how the Giants play after having blown a 21-point lead in the last 8 minutes and 17 seconds on Sunday. So, it's a nationally televised game on Fox. It's going to be a big matchup. It's obviously got huge implications. I think it's going to be fun to see how it turns out.
Great. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in, and happy holidays, everyone.